The pussy wagon has arrived.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another YouTube video with your boy, yours truly. Today we're going to be talking about the small account challenge. Some of you who have been following along in Discord or have been with me for a while know that back in July I started a quote-unquote small account challenge. I started at 30K and the goal was to bring this account to 1 million within a year. And this last week we hit a major milestone of bringing the account over 100,000, and we've only had the account open for just a few months. When I started this small account, I signed up for a service called TraderView, which is basically like a trading journal. It is a service that tracks a lot of analytics and statistics about your trading, and so we're going to dive into that and look at the stats for the account itself. We're also going to talk a little bit about consistency, look over some of the trades that I have taken within the last week. We're just going to hang out. We're just going to talk. Yo, why'd you make a small account? Like, what's the deal? My first account, of course, I had to pull money out of it for bills and stuff like that. So when I made this account, I was like, okay, this is the account that I'm not pulling any money out of. This is the account that I'm going to take to multi-millions. I'm going to let this account grow. I'm going to let this account do its thing. I'm gonna not be a weenie about things in this account. I think it's important for people to understand that, when you're trying to grow an account, it is very important that you guys kind of have an idea of what does and doesn't work for you. As far as setups go, is more what I'm talking about. But even with TraderView, you're able to dive a little bit deeper and kind of see like, oh, okay, I do better with stocks under $5. Or, oh, damn, for some reason I suck ass on Wednesdays and I'm just losing money on Wednesdays. Maybe on Tuesday you're working 14-hour shifts or something, and then coincidentally Wednesdays you're just losing a bunch of money. Who knows, right? On top of knowing what setups work best for you and knowing which ones don't work best for you, I think it's important for you guys to understand that you do not need to hit home runs to build your account. As a day trader, I'm not looking for home runs. If we go back and we look at P&Ls, you'll see that there's a lot of months where I didn't have the biggest gains. It adds up. The small gains add up. Intraday and on the bigger, picture. So, the smaller gains during the day will add up to be a decent day. And those decent days, or even the smaller days over the course of the month, will add up to a decent month. Stick to the process. Trade what's in front of you. Trade it as best as you can. Don't trade your P&L. Focus on the trade. I focus on the chart. What is in front of me? What the level 2, the tape, the volume. I'm focusing on these things because that's the process. That's what's going to make you money, right? The money will follow. Forget about the money. When you go chasing money, it runs from you, okay? Focus on the process and being good at whatever it is the fuck you're doing. Get good at it. So, without further ado, let's jump into the TraderView statistics and see what's going on TraderView in the small account. The trading journal that will help improve your trading performance. What I like to focus on, guys, is this reports tab. This reports tab is pretty much the sauce. So we're gonna go through this a little bit. Right away, you'll see gross P&L for the last 90 days, and you'll kind of see this like chart that's showing you how much I've made or how much I've lost. Honestly, pretty nice chart. Like, I haven't had any major losses except for this day, it looks like on the 30th of August. This is a legitimate equity curve. This is someone who's, actually trading, taking losses, but has a system that's working. Nice curve coming up like this. No weird pumping bullshit. No spikes that, there's no home runs here. My win percent for the last 90 days, which I want to say on average is probably going to be somewhere in the 60s, which I'll be honest, I'm not too happy with. But we started the account in the middle of summer, so I'm sure it will go up. Very important that you guys understand, you will lose. Embrace it. There's not anybody in this fucking game that's going to win 100% of the time. 100% of the time. Detailed view, you're going to see my total gain / loss, which, subtract locate fees, and it's probably somewhere in the 70s. But largest gain, largest loss, my largest gain bigger than the largest loss. That is something I am happy about. So 5K with the largest gain, largest loss at 3.7K. This is where it gets nice and cool. So you can kind of see like Wednesday is my best day, followed by Friday. Monday, guys, I use Monday as kind of like a precursor for the rest of the week, so I really don't go too aggressive on Mondays. just the way I trade. I don't go into Monday with my dick swinging. Performance by hour of day, pretty interesting stuff that I make a majority of my money within the first hour of market open. Most volume, most volatility, most range. That's more than likely why I make most of my money in the first hour of the market. It's kind of interesting actually that I take a bunch of trades on Monday, but it's not my best day. Maybe a lot of feelers, right? Like getting in and getting out pretty quick. Small account so far. November is the best month so far, and we're only like 2 weeks in, so that's pretty crazy. This is just showing you I don't swing trade. I'm a day trader. Okay, that's what that's showing. I have another account, guys. That's where I usually put my swings at. Trade distribution by intraday duration. So you can see there's a lot of trades that I'm in for only under a minute. Guys, majority of the trades that I get in, I'm expecting them to kind of go in my favor almost immediately. So this number is going to be pretty high because I'm not slow to stop out if something doesn't go the way that I would have predicted it to go, right? Performance by intraday duration. As you can see, compared to this, I've lost 1.7K for these under 1 minute trades. And that's, like I said, if I get in a trade and I'm right at that risk level and it goes under, I just stop out. That's the plan, right? If I get in on a flag and the flag breaks down, I stop out. If I get in against a pivot high and the pivot high breaks down under that, I just stop out. So you'll see that these trades that are under 1 minute, 2 minutes are typically losses. That's just because of the way that I trade, getting in so close to risk. So it's like, usually doesn't take long to know if the trade is gonna work out or not. My biggest gains are the ones that I've held for over an hour to 2 hours. This is calculating the duration that I was in the trade with any amount of shares. So if I even was holding some lottos of like 250, 500 shares, it's counting that towards the time. I think it's really important to understand that because that's probably what a lot of this was here. So moving on, another interesting tab we have here, price and volume. This one is very important, guys, because this is starting to show you a little deeper into your strengths more specifically, right? So performance by price, very clear that my strong point are stocks $2 to $5. I'll need volume. If I'm trading something, I needed to have volume, I needed to have range, and I needed to have some kind of catalyst. I will accept social media as a catalyst in some scenarios. Performance by in-trade price range. This is going to kind of tie into what we saw on the last page where it was like, oh, how like performance by in-trade time or something, whatever it was. A majority of my money is coming from moves of 50 cents to $1. In the beginning of all this, the front page don't really make sense to me because it's telling me that it was like my average win-loss was 2 cents or something like that. But then it's like right here, you can clearly see now it's saying performance by in-trade price range, a majority of my money is coming from 50 cents to $1 moves. Performance by instrument volume, 25 million or over. That's where a majority of my money is coming from. Are stocks that are over 25 million volume, with the 10 to 25 being, actually the 5 to 10 million being right after, and that's probably because of sympathy plays. So next tab being win and loss. This is where you get to see my overall win-loss ratio, win-loss P&L comparison. Another chart of the cumulative P&L. So you can see I don't have a super high win-loss ratio in this account, right? But this just, again, like I was saying, guys, you don't need to win every trade. You're going to lose on trades. You can see here I've made 150K in gains, but I have 71K in losses. As the market heats up, this will change. This likely will start peaking more over here. The win percent will go up into the 60s, 70s, but we have doubled the account. 69. We have almost tripled the account with this win rate. I would like my win rate to be a little higher, but I can't complain. A lot of you are probably wondering though, man, what kind of trades do you like to take? I am a very, very versatile, and my camera's not focusing. And so going into a few kind of examples here. If you look at DD, at the end of the day there, very nice 5-minute flag that we got long on the dip, closest possible to the 8. Added more on the actual break of that 5-minute candle and scaled out into close. I don't typically like to hold many things in the close, but nice scalps. Those kind of scalps, easy wallet patterns. It's something just easy to put some money in the pocket for the day. I would play those nonstop all fucking day. Right? And then you have more trades like PTPI, which I take a core, right? You can see where I got short on like right before the VWAP breakdown, added more, scaled some out, but still holding shares, scaled some out, adding back to the like full size on the pops, bringing the average down. But the beauty about trading around a core is that whenever the price goes in your favor and then you scale some out and it comes back up, you know, nice low volume pop back up, when you add that full size back on, your average is still going to be higher than the current price, meaning you're still going to be green. And at that point, like it's like a free trade, right? If it comes up, you can stop out, break even, and yeah, you might have missed out on a few gains, but you still locked some in on the first leg down. Ended up shaving the last of my shares, break even. Took a scratch trade up when it broke above VWAP, and then I flipped long. Very beautiful 5-minute flag, I think this was, where it broke over VWAP. Look at the volume. Look at the volume on that VWAP break. It squeezed so many of these shorts out that were waiting for that further breakdown and didn't get it. And it's kind of knowing this and just being like, okay, some shorts are trapped, right? We have a nice low volume pullback. I want to see VWAP firm up, and I start scaling in long VWAP. And then we get a nice 1-minute flag. I add some more and kind of scale out as we get high a day push, right? And you can see at the tail end of it, I had some extra shares that I was holding that I stopped out for a small green because, you know, I could tell that the stock was just breaking down. So we have trades like this where it's not as simple as, oh, just adding a 1-minute flag. I'm all over the place on it. I'm trading it short. I'm trading it long. We have sympathy trades. You know, this was any off Bitcoin. So Bitcoin starts spiking. I grab some any. We had daily breakouts. Sometimes I play a daily breakout. BTBT, beautiful looking flag. My plan on this trade was going into the open. I wanted to grab a dip on it. Sure enough, we got the fucking dip. Beautiful sympathy trade here. A-pop off BBIG when mergers were hot. We had OCG off TCAT when TCATs halted at open that one day. I mean, there's so many different things that you can trade and ways that you can trade. And the point of all this is I'm very versatile, right? There's a lot of trades where I'll be short and then flip long, or be long and flip short. You know, I'm like a little sailor on a boat, and I'm just going where the water's taking me. You know what I mean? All one big painting. You know, like you can't paint a picture if you don't have the brush, the paint, the canvas, the painter. You know what I mean? Trading is very similar in that light of you need the volume, the price, the level 2, the tape, the technicals, right? And it all creates this beautiful picture. I wanted to go ahead and get long up 950s here, and you'll see, I want you guys to pay attention to level 2 right here. There's a big bid on level 2 right around 950 right here. It was like 38,000. Watch this bid get smacked. As this bid is getting smacked, I go ahead and I cut the trade because I'm like, okay, it's breaking under 950. Like if I see a big bid like that and it's just getting sold into, I will stop. Not only does it hold, but it just gets sucked up, right? So you get sucked up. And so in my head, I'm like, all right, well, if we get back over 950, I'll just take the re-long and I'll risk the new bottom of this pivot right here that we're putting in. So I did. You see me get long here, took the position, and you know, I have this all moving in fast forward so we don't have to sit here all day. But you'll see fast forward, beautiful trade based solely off of, hey, I see this level getting soaked, and we saw on level 2 that it got sucked right up off of that level, and we got long against that level. Guys, when I'm getting long on something like this, my risk was like 10 cents, right? And I think on this specific long, I think I made over $1 a share on this, you know what I mean? So and there's the trade, right? PPSI. You can see where we added. Actually, you can see where we kind of like cut our position, added back. We had the beautiful leg long, and then you can see on the back side, I actually shorted it right before bell. Like cut it into the bell, and then actually shorted again in pre-market for another nice scalp. We actually swung surge, beautiful swing for us, but I did play it intraday here. This is what is important. Is right here. If you look at the volume on this trade after it just rejected that high day, a lot more volume on the sell side on this particular dip, right? And now we're testing VWAP and the top of that, you know, old trend line, which I probably honestly shouldn't even be there. But look at a level 2, all right? I want you to watch level 2 here. right? 393, you got a little bids there. 395s. You guys see what's happening? 395 kind of stacked up there a little bit. You can see some flashes of red coming through on the tape, right? 394 really thin. More ass coming on 395 there. And then 394 just cracks all the way down to 391. And look at the tape as it sped up and all those sell orders started coming through as this thing peaked under VWAP. In that split second, I sold the rest of my shares I had long and I flipped short for a beautiful, beautiful trade. An amazing trade going from long to short. And here is the trade, the picture of the trade right here, where you can see got long more shares, took it off highs, got short right at the breakdown, added some, scaled around the core. Beautiful trade, right? And these are actually my favorite trades, guys, where I can play both sides of the trade. I really hope that, you know, some of this sheds some light. You know, guys, you don't need home run trades. Like, you don't need big old trade. It'll come. Trust the process, follow what you're doing, and those trades will come. If you're good at something, stick to it. There's not a fucking holy grail, okay? You don't need to be running around, you know, knocking on your neighbor's door, asking like, hey man, what do you do, you know? Well, my camera's getting hot and it's dying. This is all I got for you guys. I hope you guys know that we as a unit, everybody, the executives, me, Bob, Deb, Fappy, Mikey, her, we all fucking love you guys, man. And we just want to help you guys learn. We're going to have a lot more content coming in the future. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like the video. I will leave a link to the Discord below where we do live trading in voice every day. You guys get to hear my entries, my exits, my thought process. And that's some of the best content you could get if you're trying to learn how to do this. As well as posting my charts, and you know, I will continue to do these type of videos and even more detailed videos about strategy, etc. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I appreciate everybody's support through all the crazy stuff going on in my life right now. It means the world to me. I love you guys. Peace.